Welcome back. Well, let's focus on one stock, Biocon, which is under pressure ahead of its board meet on the 6th of December, Saturday, where the company will be considering investment in Biocon Biologics via purchase or acquisition. And also, they will be considering fundraising. We have with us Vishal Manchanda, who's a pharma analyst at Systematix Group, joining in. Vishal, thank you very much for taking the time out. Just give us a sense in terms of what the street can possibly expect on Saturday from the Biocon board meet.
So I think essentially the meet is regarding a fundraise that they are planning and infuse. So basically the fundraise is probably meant to infuse fund into the biologic business. So as we know, the biologic business is a high growth business. And if we look at the current debt to EBITDA ratios of Biocon Biologics, they probably need a fundraise at this juncture. While this is a second fundraise coming too soon, they had a previous fundraise only some time back. So I think it's primarily to kind of reduce the debt to EBITDA, improve the debt EBITDA ratios for the company, and probably also to clean up the capital structure.
Okay, but why is the stock under pressure ahead of that board meet? It's down 5% today.
I think this one is like coming too soon. Maybe we had a fundraise earlier this year, and this is another one announced too soon. So obviously, it's going to dilute the existing shareholders. And so I think we'll have to wait and see how the growth opportunity pans out. But for sure, this is going to be diluted immediately.
Okay. Just give us a sense in terms of, the debt on Biocon's books, and what do you think will possibly be a strategy in terms of reducing it? It's around $1.2 billion. So is that going to be the key focus for this board meet?
So right, about 1.2 billion is the plain vanilla debt on the books right now. And with this fundraise, obviously the ratios would get better. Their equity would improve, and hence they'll be in a better position to chase growth going forward. Because as we know, biologics is a very high growth business, and they'll need to kind of invest a lot in capex. And so I think this fundraise is essential for them.
But the perception, according to you, now, Vishal, what would it be, considering that there's been a string of fundraising which the company has gone through? QIP was 4,500 crores in the month of June, but before that as well, since 2022, they have been consistently selling stake in Syngene in order to raise funds. So on a perception basis, what do you think investors are concerned about at this point in time?
I think it's all triggered by the Viatris buyout, which was a hefty one. About $3.3 billion is what they had paid, and that led to the entire debt on the books. So probably that's where everything has been triggered. I'm not sure whether that was required, the Viatris buyout, but that's what it is. You kind of have taken that decision to own the front end, and now probably. So I think it will take time for Biocon to kind of normalize its balance sheet and kind of build from there.
Okay. Do you think that the opportunities, or maybe there is some amount of price pressure which is taking place in the biologics segment, which is possibly not allowing as much growth as anticipated for that particular segment?
So I think the competition has led to a lot of pricing pressure in the category. Earlier, it was anticipated. So not earlier. So when I say when we all were thinking about the biologic business in the US, we were kind of assuming it's going to be a high ROI business. Probably it has not panned out that way. It has not been a very high ROI business for the entrants. It's also because a lot of innovators in the US are not losing market share to biosimilars. They continue to retain a lot of market share. They kind of are also competing with biosimilars on pricing. So they are kind of ready to go as low as biosimilars in terms of the prices that biosimilars are offering. So I think the situation is not that great on the biosimilar market, but as it expands, number of biosimilars that lose patent protection. As the market expands, probably there'll be room for everyone to kind of make money. So we'll have more patent expiries in the next 5 to 7 years.
Okay, so more patent expiries in the next 5 to 7 years is what we could expect. But, we do have the entire GLP-1 space, which they are looking at. I think they're looking to enter the entire space with regards to Mounjaro generic, etc., or tirzepatide by 2029. And before that is liraglutide, is the other drug that they're selling in the UK right now. Do you think that portfolio is going to be a game changer in terms of revenues for a company such as Biocon, which has such a strong portfolio of diabesity drugs in any case?
So specifically on this, on the semaglutide, liraglutide opportunity, I think one thing that we are observing is, so like we have seen liraglutide opportunity having opened up in the US. There are 4 generics. But if you notice, the innovator continues to hold a lot of share. So along with the authorized generic, when I last saw the market share, they were close to 60% market share. And despite 4 generics on the market, they had minority share. While if you look at normal cases, usually the innovator kind of almost loses all the market share to the generic competitors. So we'll have to wait and watch out this trend, whether the innovator is giving up share to generics, whether they are whether they are also cutting prices at par with generic drugs. So we'll have to see how the innovator kind of takes the call here, whether they want to compete with generics or not.
Okay, all right, Vishal, we're going to leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking to us. So that is the word coming in from Vishal Manchanda of Systematix Group on Biocon, that stock under pressure at this point in time. Well, for the markets as well, it is giving up gains, so just about flattened out as we speak. We have the Nifty, which is just about holding 26,000. It's a wrap on Halftime Report. Business Lunch will take all the action forward. Stay tuned.